Welcome back. We have recovered from those clutches by Zipex. Very ridiculous clutches indeed. I tried to upload a retake Molotov to Twitter. For some reason, it won't work. So I'll have to re-record the video during the next break and then do it instead.
Where's my config?
What kind of config?
For throwing nades and stuff like that.
Oh,
I like one too, actually.
I can give you config.
I like one too.
I have just FACEIT config. I actually am long overdue uploading a new FACEIT config
How many years,
version.
James? How many years?
It might be a year at this point.
Oh, it's one.
So
okay.
if I go to like offline of bots on the map and press P, then it loads up FACEIT config. O unloads the
What does numlock do, James?
FACEIT config. I don't have a numlock there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got a 60% keyboard, no numlock to be found there.
So how do
Well,
you
actually,
work?
that one's like 75% or something.
Do you need any like page up numlocks? You don't
Nope.
need that? I
No,
don't need it either.
just the F keys, but you have a function key layer and stuff like that. So it's really easy. You really don't need more than a 60% keyboard unless you're on accounting. Just a little numpad.
There you go.
You could have a separate one. I have a separate one.
I
I built my own
separate one.
numpad.
From scratch.
Not from scratch. Like I didn't design my own PCB, but you know, in parts, soldered it
It's pretty
together.
cool.
I was thinking of getting like a, because you can just get like standalone mechanical numpads. I was thinking of getting one of those because I like my keyboard.
Yeah.
Which is 60%, but I want a numpad.
I like the numpad for if I'm, making actually videos or something because it's easy shortcut buttons.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah?
cut and record.
Yeah, so I have actually that's why the 75% on my desk is useful because I have volume keys. Because often a lot of the headsets I use have a little wheel, and sometimes it's just like it's irritating to like you put it on and you turn your volume super down low or something. So you can just tap on that and I know exactly where it is and other things like that. Anyway, enough about keyboards. We are here for the second match. It is Overpass between Astralis and their opponent LDLC, who have that's a massive scalp on the table, and having to fight adversity 1v. I don't even know what the second one was. 2v5.
2 versus
Like,
5.
well, let's say a 3v1 and a 5v2. They lost, but still managed to win the match against Astralis. Device tweeted and said it didn't deserve to win so many rounds on that map. But I mean, just witnessing those clutches from Zipex, like, what were they thinking? The other players. That was really wild.
It's pretty awesome. And Device is going deep into enemy territory, and he has actually found a hole here. And perhaps he can capitalize massively. Gets the knife out very early. Oh, he's going to be punished for it, though. Oh, dear. Looking for the knife, looking for the glory. But he will have his face smushed into the dirt, into the muds, as LDLC will trample his body and make their way towards the A bomb site, where Glaive is alone. But does have a USP, has some good cover. So maybe he can get a few pops off. Zipex now making his way in. So they actually have everyone here. That's a nice start coming in from Glaive. But can Zipex? Nope, he can't.
Not this time. Maybe he used all his juice on the previous map. Magisk 1 versus 3. The bomb's not planted just yet. They have to cover the bomb getting planted, but that means they have to expose themselves to him as well. Another 1v1 running out of bullets though. He needs to get under that cover, but he can't. And that will be the pistol round to LDLC.
He almost had the opportunity there. He had a couple shots at each head. LDLC almost giving another 1-on-2, 1-on-3 situation. Again, LDLC coming out strong. Looking really good against Astralis. It's not easy to look good against Astralis.
Yeah, it's probably the hardest team to look good against. Logan with 4 kills in the pistol round. Very nice work from him. Device may not be going for another knife kill anytime soon. As you can see, oh, he's gone for Kevlar and Desert Eagle. So again, it's a force buy from Astralis. They will do this on Inferno. They'll do it on Overpass as well. Maybe not expecting the tunnel to be breached so quickly, though. With all the smokes they have in the hole, they won't get to use them. Magisk sent to the short B position. Got Logan in position for anti-flank. Moving through connector now, quietly. Maybe heard by Magisk, spotted by Magisk now. But as far as they've lost position, so at this point they may as well try to hold on to what they have.
Yeah.
These tools that can be used in their eco round.
You know, they have armor. They got some pistols. They force buy, so no matter what, they're going to have to save next round anyways. Just carry it on to the next round. You have a chance to get more kills, a higher chance, and so Device going to run away. Magic still hiding the connector. LDLC all exiting through that BT spawn area. 2-0 LDLC. Showing that they deserve to be here. And I agree with them. Big fan of Emanek and Devil Duvek from their time here in the States. Played for a couple seasons, I believe. I don't know, Misfits. I don't know if there's any other team, but really enjoyed them.
2-0 to LDLC. Astralis have chosen to have the better buys in the buy round, which means they'll be buying in round number 4 rather than round number 3, which you'll see from some people. Device with a nice tag of Logan. He's the only person towards A, it seems, looking at the radar. Moving all the way back. And it will be a slow approach from LDLC, which is really awkward. A slow approach versus a scout, because you don't know what else is around that area.
Yeah.
So a slow approach from a scout can be very painful indeed. A flashbang towards the short B position while they start to creep through Monster. Off angles being held by Astralis, maybe realizing that Monster has been breached once again. Now, in the meantime, we've got Logan clearing out long A and Devaduvek and Connector, so I don't really think they're going to commit to a B push here, LDLC. Or are they?
I don't know. He's going to clear out the water area, and so LDLC maybe waited long enough for Astralis to second-guess themselves.
But look at Logan. He's about to make it to the A site. He'll see that nobody is there, so surely it'll be a rotation. He can cut off the choke points. As you can see, he speeds up and they abandon ship. Twanu can hold the angle while his teammates rotate the bomb. And you can see Logan in a strong position. Free kill for Dupreeh. Stereo frags around the map for LDLC. Great play. Great teamwork, sorry. Not overextending is what I mean to say. Doing the exact opposite of that. Yes, we are so tight around this bomb site, but let's see what's going on. Make sure it's not a stack. It is a stack. Rotate the bomb away. Containment on short B. He's got support from Alex Twanu, that is. And there we go. It's great teamwork we see from LDLC, which is really promising.
Yeah, not only awesome teamwork, but that's a pretty experienced move, what they did. They got kills into B, but they didn't move. They just kind of waited. They let Logan take over A, and then they all fell back. And, you know, usually if you get a kill or two, you kind of want to just go right in. You got the bomb site, let's go. But LDLC was very patient. You know, against Astralis, you never know if they're stacking the bomb site or not. They're known for just over-rotating and gamble stacking. So, very, very smart, methodical play by LDLC.
And again, Monster continues to be disrespected by LDLC. 2 quick frags from them. Astralis can, of course, afford to drop a map here or there. LDLC really want the W's. Dupreeh on the flank. He only spots 1 player. Nice bursts. Devaduvek on the B bomb site. Armanek in playground trying to get revenge on that frag. And he's carrying the bomb, however, so he's got to be really careful with the Mac 10, no less. Now we're into A2 versus 2. Device picking off Twanu. Armanek's got himself an upgrade. And now Device is alone because Magisk has been picked off elsewhere. And while Armanek could be easy to go away, of course, you don't want to get taken out isolated with the bomb, so he'll make his way towards teammates. The safest route possible from T-spawn, presumably through the monster tunnel. Oh dear. Alex, he was looking up.
He was.
But he turned at just the right time. I think it's good as well. With 3 players dead, if you're like focusing on 1 player, but at the extremity of your screen, you might see someone else. To have one of the dead guys, just tell him like, can you look on the, you know, the perimeter, just say like left if you see somebody there.
What if he's
just in case he misses it.
You know,
Yeah,
so he's not, he doesn't have to spread his eyes out so wide for the entire screen. Doesn't have to have that fish look, you know? The eyes inside your heads. Astralis kind of in a 4-spy situation. 4 rounds down. Amnik gets a blind kill, and Alex going to follow up right on Zipnex. Magic's going to try to make something happen by pushing this tunnel as he gets some shots off, but doesn't get the kill. And just in a blink of an eye, 1-on-5 situation. Dupreeh, like he's going to still go for it no matter what. Astralis is going to buy next round, so they're going to chip away, get as many kills as possible. Make it expensive. But Alex has something else to say about that. No money for you. Astralis had enough. Triple off setup.
Oh my god.
They're done with this. They're like, okay, you guys are playing really well. Let's be a little random. Because sometimes if it's not working, you got to be a little random. Even
Where's
for teams like Astralis.
Glaive gonna go? Connector peak maybe? He's got a very forward spawn. Not often you see him on a sniper rifle. Very different approach. Indeed it is a connector play. Teammate presumably covering his back. No, actually. He's got no cover on the high ground whatsoever. 3 players towards the B bomb site. Again, Monster has been an issue. Glaive will be heard rotating. Not sure if Dupreeh realizes it was a sniper.
Astralis has pretty good water control on this B bomb site. This allows
Ooh,
to stack an extra person if necessary, but they're going to do this instead.
Oi, oi, Savaloy. There will be a trade from Armanek. And there is Glaive as the AWP, and they've got to be thinking, what the hell's going on? Why has Glaive got a sniper rifle? Logan and Twanu remain in a 4 versus 2. Logan jumping past the angle. Smart stuff from him. Quick jiggle peek. CT off the angle. There's Glaive taken out. Logan will go and collect the bomb. And now Logan is alone. Still with 2 sniper rifles, Astralis, as Logan makes his way towards the A site. He'll be heard by Device. That jump will give the game away. Gets his bell rung down to 13 HP. Avoiding the HE, and Magisk will finish him off. Astralis with their first round on the board.
And they do it with 3 AWPs. Interesting. This map is a pretty good AWP map. B maybe being a little tougher, but there's plenty of spots towards A, connector, just prime time off angles. And the Glaive being on the off, he makes a big impact. I wonder if LDLC realize how many offs they have. They're still kind of spread out, so usually with a lot of offs, we kind of want to do more of a flash, smoke, execute. Make it very difficult for offers to repeat and stay in one spot.
Ding! Goodbye, Armanek. Alex with the Max 10 moving around to the barrel position, but that smoke is pretty well positioned. Glaive with a double. Buy one, get one free. What? Glaive's going crazy with the AWP.
You kidding me?
Alex in the smoke will get taken out, but
Glaive's the
highlight reel from Glaive with the sniper rifle.
Glaive's the offer now, baby.
Let's have a butcher's hook.
That's
through.
double smoke?
Damn.
3 smoke kills that round with this guy.
Styling and profiling.
That's,
And it
it's not even
continue.
fair. Like, this guy has never really touched an op, at least when we've seen him on Astralis. Very rarely, and he picks up an op, and he's could literally be their offer if he wanted to.
Well, a timeout from LDLC. They've been good with the timeouts. Breaking up the momentum. Figuring out what they want to do in this round. Do they head towards Monster again? Do they realize there are 3 AWPs? That's got to be an annoying round. 3 people getting wrecked through a smoke. I mean, they may not even realize where they got shot from, so they might not know it was through a smoke. Could have been through a gap, or who knows. But here they are on the buy once again. So we've got 5 AWPs on the server. Somebody
I think
take
they
a
do realize
screenshot.
that's why they got the double op at T side. That's very, very rare.
Yeah.
But for VP, they love
Yeah,
that.
this has to be a reaction. 5 AWPs on the server.
I love it.
CT start to move back. Astralis start to move back as the smokes are deployed by LDLC towards the toilet's position. There's the first one. Logan eliminated by Dupreeh. Device moving around the toilets. Dupreeh making a lot of noise. Oh, he's vulnerable. Did he see Alex? I think he might have. Awkward. Wins the duel with the P250. Spots over Duvek as well. And Device is in a spot where he can bait his teammate. He's still peeking. Going for double peek now. That, oh, some greedy maybe. Really didn't need. Either of them didn't need to peek there. But feeling confident, they've lost 2 of their 3 AWPs.
That's a shame. That's a sad shame. That's a damn shame. Lost time, but it's quite difficult to be mobile and dynamic with the AWPs on the T side. So there's lots of inherent risk with that. So we'll see if they can somehow circumvent that risk with the utility and with the control they have of toilets. Duvek is of course, only guy with an AK moving close to that A-bomb side. But with Glaive there and Magisk as well in really good positions, it's hard to see them find a way to take this. You might expect them to smoke the front of the bomb site so they can maybe get a forward plant, and that would effectively take Magisk and Glaive out of the fight until the bomb has gone down. So that could be one option, but there's 20 seconds. They got to do something.
Glaive looks away. Who's going to peek first? The scope has got so much vision. He still lands a headshot though. There's a trade from Armanek. The rotation from Magisk. 9 seconds to plant the bomb. Lining up a HE. Maybe for some presumed cover. Oh, that was very nice. And now it's down to Armanek. Elevated Zipex, but he's crouching. The flick is there from Armanek and is the round. And I really feel like Astralis just gave away too much with the unnecessary peek around toilets when they had a bait setup.
Yeah, Device was wanted to get that exchange kill because it was Armanek at the time. Was shooting at the short guy, but Device was still too far away to get that instant exchange, and then the spray transfer by Armanek gets the second kill on him. So you got to pick and choose your battles. If you're too far away, James said, it's not necessary to peek it. You know, just let him re-peek the angle. You have an AWP. It's harder for him to peek you.
There goes a nice peek from Magisk, but Alex turns around and slaps him down. That is unexpected. And an early 4 versus 5 for Astralis, and it might very well encourage Device to be quite inquisitive here, pushing the long position, going into a deep off angle there, which is pretty damn strong. He doesn't necessarily need to really do anything other than this. He can just hold this position, even if no one comes there. There's a lot of information for his team, and he can enable rotation towards the B-bomb site, but they spotted him now, gets 1 kill, can't follow up for the second. That would have been really huge, but at least he gets information for his team. That said, with a minute on the clock, that information might not really worth all that much, as LDLC could still go towards A, up long, which is a blind spot, or they could go back to B, which is what they're doing, and Zipex will soon figure that out.
He saw at least 2 of the players though, so Astralis feel confident taking more aggressive positions elsewhere on the map. He's done good damage, Zipex, but 2 versus 4, that might not be enough. No HEs to throw now for Astralis, just some smoke grenades. An off angle from Glaive. Armanek jumps up with high HP and gets the kill somehow, leaving Dupreeh in a 1 versus 4.
Nice jump up.
I've never tried to take a peek like that with an AK. I've never tried to do that. Because surely there's like a landing inaccuracy that would just make you lose the fight.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. That said, if the opponent sprays the first few bullets and doesn't kill you whilst you're in the air, then he's on his 5th bullet by the time you land, and that's when you have to really start correcting with most of the rifles. So maybe it balances out.
Also, it's really good for, you know, if this opera's holding that angle, higher chance for a leg shot. Also, if the person does hit the headshot, if you're hopping up there, your aim's way up here, and then hands an extra chance for your teammate to swing right fast and get the exchange kill, because he has to aim right back down instead of head level 2 kills in a row without moving the mouse.
So a benefit of moving in numbers. That's definitely a really good point. And LDLC with another very strong start against Astralis, and I was liking the triple ops. I wanted to see those continue. I actually think in pugs, for example, when people, when that situation happens and people complain, I actually think that it's really good in pugs because people aren't playing. You're not playing against proper Counter-Strike, so you're going to get more 1v1s and bad spacing from the opponents. Where the AWP is good. Speaking of good AWP.
And also tired of people opping in pugs because they buy it every single round, and I want to op, and so I'm not going to wait till you die or until you not buy one. So there you go. We're going to have 3 off Steve side.
Alex is dangerous. Oh my goodness. Dupreeh. Missing a couple shots there. Difficult ones. Alex is just running all over the place, creating quite a ruckus. And got 2 players on the side boosted up. This is a really nice boost here. And oh, maybe it's not so nice anymore. Armanek is going to just absolutely murder them. Oh, the timing is brilliant there. That's a really smart way to handle it. Good risks to take from Armanek.
Very good. Good spotlight information. Got 2-3 kills out of it. You can give it monster. I'll take it.
Oh, this has been a frustrating round for Dupreeh. He's missed so many shots. Of course, he has killed 2 people though, and there's the 3rd. So maybe not as frustrating, but surely there's no way to win the round.
I mean, you'd think that. Speaking Dupreeh 1 by 1, not going to work even for Dupreeh. Is open.
These trees are beautiful.
Yeah, I like trees.
Some beautiful trees.
Armanek is so close to the frag for Dupreeh that he could be going to short B, so they have to hold on to the site. So accidentally, Dupreeh has actually given himself more time to try and save.
Is there a world where LDLC 2-0 Astralis?
It looks like there is.
Because it really does, doesn't it? I really like the initiative Alex takes. He's such a beast.
Yeah. He's just finding these pockets in the defense consistently.
Yeah.
Even a map like Dust 2 where it's really difficult to find pockets on Dust 2 because you're playing so together, you're playing so many crossfires and bait setups on Dust 2. He still somehow does it in Dust 2. He's doing it here. So Alex, very good intuition, very smart play.
This would be quite the round to win. They can make it work here as well. Smoke there from Glaive to cover his approach towards the fountain. Huge swaths of information there. Finds there's no one there, and Zipex, the alarm has been raised. Truly, as Alex, he has no fear. He doesn't care if his team's with him. He's just going to go for it. Doesn't matter what the situation is. It's really frustrating to play against players like that who are hitting their shots. It feels like you can't do anything sometimes. It's just really annoying if they really get a lot of confidence.
Yeah. Just keep repeaking. There's no logic. Just keep repeating.
Yeah, and they just keep hitting like running headshots on you and stuff. You just want to smash everything.
That's a big headshot from Armanek.
Daily MMM.
4v4. Dupreeh is in connector. Interestingly, from connector, you can hear people running towards the entrance to Monster. If we look at where Armanek is, like about here, this area. If you're in connector, you can hear the running in this position. If your headphones are good enough. So just be aware of that. Although Dupreeh moving up the stairs may not have heard that. Would have been crucial information for his team. But they are expectant of the Monster position. Device with the AWP spots the shadows, flick, but no kill. Magisk is in a lot of trouble, trying to buy himself some more time. That's pre-fire from him. There is a trade fragger on the way, though. There's a trade frag. Zipex won't be a minister of anything in this round.
What a great strat by LDLC. They're swinging back and forth. They started off B, they went back and cleared out the playground fountain area, then they went back to B, just keeping Astralis always on their toes, not allowing them to do the fast flanking. Very great, I guess, game plan that LDLC is having. Whoever's calling their strats, amazing.
One thing though, we didn't mention it, on Dust 2, I think Device was 12 for 18. I've never seen, I don't think I've seen the Device have such a bad game for such a long time. And right now as well, he's not having the best game. As I say that, he will get the Deagle headshot, so we'll be going 3 to 8. And hopefully he can find his groove on this map with it, because we've not seen any Device AWP shenanigans at all in this, at all so far. We played a map in 10 rounds of Counter-Strike.
Bit more Glaive with the AWP, but with only 2 rounds on the board, no one's really going to have a good score on Astralis, although Magisk is 9 for 9. Zipex with the last Desert Eagle for Astralis in his usual spot. Now he's alone. Glaive's been picked up elsewhere. And there's 10 rounds for LDLC. Solid 10.
Easy for LDLC. Yes. Double orbs come out though. Glaive and Device. Let's see if they can have a good time with these AWPs. So far, hasn't been great. But as you were saying, Debez, you know, have seen some good calling from LDLC on this T side so far. So I'm really curious how they will approach this one. Device is going deep. Flick missed. But the presence is there at the very least. Now he's got to be careful of this push. Oh, he's been spotted. He's in a lot of trouble right now. That's a brilliant connection. The Molotov now will prevent it from falling back. Connects the second one. They're peeking one at a time, and Device has come alive with a 3K, and that is now a 4 versus 2 for his team to play out. And Dupreeh is going to polish things off quite nicely here. Duvek will get dinked down to 15, and that was a great passage from Device.
It's the kind of device that you're looking for. Only good for the 3rd round for Astralis. Can they get to 5 on their CT side of Overpass?
Definitely a much needed round, especially for Device to be somewhat involved in this game instead of being a bystander or passenger. Take the driver's seat, Device.
The second kill there was really cool because he realized that the guy that would be 3rd kill would just try to bait him to make a shot for ages. So I really like that he has the understanding of the in-fight decisions to instinctively go for the wide peek onto the 2nd kill.
Very good, very smart.
Teams are low on money now. Device flashed off of his angle. Playing around the smokes. Got a pop flash of his own. Force Alex into connector. Dupreeh behind a tree. You'll hear the footsteps. No support. Device could have thrown a flash for him, but even if he did, maybe it wouldn't have come in time. And again, what information is there for LDLC? Perhaps expecting a rotation, they will go elsewhere. I like this lurk smoke. You can throw it from the short B position as well, although the one that I've made leaves a little gap in near the wall. But it's good to get close to the A site. There we go, Device. Maybe he goes back to the site now. Alex may try to cut him off. More lurk smokes to get even closer. May hear the footsteps and Device won't get taken down. Should have been a headshot, wasn't a headshot. Where are the other 3 players?
Yeah, that looks like a kill for Alex, but still a strong chance here as they just barrel through the monster position, but the nades are in place, doing their job. The damage has been received by LDLC, leaving them with 1 man. It's a Devoduvek looking to try to save the day. 15 seconds to do it. It's got to get the bomb down. That kill might give him a chance to do so. HE toss forwards, but 10 seconds now. He can't really be taking his sweet time, and Zepex will make things quite simple for him as he gets shot straight in the face. So 4 rounds for Astralis, looking like they have a resurgence here, a late resurgence into the first half, but at least it gives them something to work with as they move on to the T side. Can they get the 5th round though? And LDLC are looking pretty fun. It's Alex's form, isn't it? Just like when Alex and, well, Amanek is having a great game as well, but some of the brazen plays that Alex is making, it just creates so much space.
Yes. A lot of space, and I really like it. And you look at LDLC, you know, a lot of people are like, who are these guys? They're doing well against Astralis, but if you watch them, it's good CS. It's not like BS smoke kills every other round, or I'm shooting through a wall like some other people that we've seen in the last week or 2. I won't say the name, but it's just, it looks like good CS. It looks great CS, and it just like you see a lot of potential in it. It's not just BS crap. I love it.
And maybe they'll become household names from the French scene, and perhaps maybe they'll be the best French team if they keep developing. We'll have to see how the story develops with them as we follow them in ECS. They have the most games left to play. And they start things off well here. Glaive goes to investigate. He's had an emergency call and he's wondering what's going on, and he's going to get shot in the back of the face. In the back of the face, James.
Back of the face.
It's your favorite part of the face.
Yeah. Back of the face. 3 versus 5 for Astralis, looking for number 5 in terms of rounds. Ill-equipped, 2 flashes, that's about it. They've got the kits though. Eric, they've got the kits.
You have 3 kits on 3 people.
It's 100% kits.
Kits.
LDLC start to move through the park, not stopping to read the sign. Is in German after all. It must be fun to design things like this, like park signs for a map of Counter-Strike. Zepex and Magisk. Holding on to B, but here comes the flank. He had his gun out for a second, just in case. Pulls his knife out. Perfect timing from Alex to Mac 10 in the last round. Magisk has been led astray. Maybe left in an ashtray. 11-4 for LDLC.
That's pretty impressive. T-side overpass. Astralis is usually pretty strong on their CT side, but as Dan was mentioning earlier, they found a way to shut down Device for most of the half. Pretty much almost all around, except for those couple rounds that Astralis won.
Yeah, he was only really highly impactful in that one round with the 3K. And that is, if you can't get your AWPers going on the CT side of Overpass, as you say, you know, LDLC shut it down somehow. That's a very big deal. Yeah. It's the biggest of deals on this map. And LDLC there, I like this. They're going mostly into connector, which gives them an option to go fast into a B retake. As the piss, oh, it's a spray down from Dupreeh. Gets himself 4 easy frags as they politely form an orderly queue out of the door. Now Dupreeh will receive similar treatments. That's what you get for being polite.
Freaking this lineup here. Look at this.
Boom. Comeback is on.
It's a jam everywhere.
Comeback. How many bullets are with the dualies? Is it 20 in a magazine?
I think it's 30, isn't it?
In a magazine?
Isn't it
Really?
15 each gun?
I can't remember.
Isn't it 100?
Thanks, Dan.
Isn't it 20-100?
They do give you like 120 bullets, though.
120, there you go.
It's
You
30.
almost said that. Turn the reds around a little bit. Clean up operation. Taking the trash off the beach.
So this is one of the maps where if you do the full save instead of the force buy as a CT side, you get this buy on the third round. And it's a map where you can do like really cool aggressive plays. As a TTs, you don't need as much utility. You can just try to focus on aggressively taking map control. And so this is one of the maps where I do really like that full save on the second round for the CTs. 5 M4s too. M4 A4s, I should say.
It's also something to note that they bought so much head armor with so little money. Usually you sacrifice a couple head armor, especially on the CT side, to get maybe an extra utility, maybe a kit or something.
And they've gambled on a B rush, but instead Astralis is going for that classic long push with the fast timing. Really, really good anti-eco type route, but can be effective on buys too when there's no AWP, and they're straight onto the A bomb site.
4v4. Big fights happening. Mads is trying to plant the bomb. Logan can't really find much of anything. Alex left isolated, and maybe it's time to save. Logan still going for it though. All that HE doesn't help. 48 HP, and he starts to back away, running out of bullets as well. And that will be round number 7 for Astralis.
Interesting strat by Astralis, the rush long A. And if you're playing like towards, you know, not in the bathrooms, but let's say towards, I guess, the H part of short bathroom, you know, we call it H, I call it H, it's like connector from, I guess, short A into the toilets.
Oh, divider we call it.
Divider. I don't think you can hear them rush long A if they're hugging the wall. So they ran full steps.
Speaking of rushing, there's not much you can do about that smoke, but will he pick at the right timing? Never know if somebody's lurking. Close with the CZ, 2 kills, hello, AK. More damage. Oh, the CZs are absolutely savaging Astralis. Zipex can still clean this up though because there's no more Kevlar. Mac 10 may have been preferable, at least at close range. But he doesn't know where they are now. Very difficult situation for him. So many guns on the floor. AK collected now by Armanek. There is a boost. And that is the round.
Wow.
Savage.
2-on-1 and you're boosting in that spot. It's gotta be that.
And they pick up 2 guns. Everyone starts the next round with 6k as well, so their money's gone from terrible to amazing. And the comeback can begin. Well, we'll see if it can begin, because of course there's still buys to be had for Astralis. But the AWP comes out onto Twanu, and so it'll be interesting to see how aggressive LDLC will play on this map. We know they like to be aggressive. Twanu can't find anything with the defensive smoke from the T's. And he'll fall right back. Really fast control of toilets coming in from Astralis. You like to see that. Ooh, completely blind is Amanek. Nice shot to finish him off from Device. Very important kill there from Twanu, just slowing down Astralis.
Looking for a jump, Twanu. So much missed. The scope as well won't let him see Device. Astralis 5 rounds behind, one man up in this round.
Run round up in this man. I like that better.
Yeah.
Zipex lurking outside B, as he often does. It's a big frag from Alex, but Device has outpositioned him. He has outchested him. Logan with a wild spray. And now we're on a 2 versus 2. Where is the bomb headed? Towards the A side. Zipex taken down, looking towards B. Dudek knows him well, it seems. Mad Disc with a beep beep. Now he's got a 1v1 at best in the short term. Here's the footsteps of the rotation, picking up a Molotov. Logan baiting. He'll be answered by Magisk. Some taps from Dudek. Not much doing though. Off angle from him, no kit. Surely there's one on the floor. Creeping up the stairs. Magisk has silently, completely changed the side he was on. Dudek looked the wrong way. Smart stuff, game sense from Magisk. Will win the round. Number 8 for Astralis, but only one man survives. Could have picked up an AWP there, by the way. Chose not to.
Great round from Device. That was very unfortunate for Twanu, but you can see that Device used the cover of the dust kicked up by the HE to peek, so to try to make it a little bit more safe. So that was a stroke of genius, because that did actually really confuse Twanu's vision. And so that Astralis with the reset there put LDLC back to CZs, but we've seen what that can accomplish previously with the M4 on Alex. There's always a chance here. He's got a good position as well. Playing connector as the push comes quickly into the B-bomb site. Now, Astralis lost with this kind of a play against CZs previously. Deva Duvek can't find a forward position as he did previously as well, so 6 HPs left for him as Astralis fall back out. And LDLC, it doesn't look really all that good for them, especially not now. Zipex doing some damage. And a clean A-bomb site.
Twanu and Armanek. Okay. Something to be collected. Bomb's been plantarized, and Magisk is playing containment. Footsteps, free information, off angle from him. He's very exposed though, but it'd be good on the trigger finger. Easy spray down for Magisk. And Astralis just one round away from double figures. Well
now, you start to fancy them. I feel like Astralis will run over this. Do you guys feel the same way?
Astralis looking really good. LDLC. Looks like they have an answer for Astralis' T side. I'm thinking LDLC might have to do something a little drastic here on this next gun round. Maybe do an overstack, try to force Astralis into a trap, just to try to get some momentum back in their favor. They just get destroyed at every exchange.
I like the Device's bought a Bison as well. It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a BM gun in a sense. It's just so useless, and it's like too much money for how it just sucks. So, but he does it nevertheless. And Device has had a massive T side so far. He's been very impactful in a lot of these rounds, and he's really come to life. And I think that's part of the reason why Astralis are doing a lot better. That said, this is a great opportunity for LDLC to shut it down. They have limited utility, but Twanu's back on the orb.
Tonu, reminds me of a candy bar. Look at this. Oh, the walk through the smokes!
God.
Amanek, you can't fool him. You can't walk through the smokes on him. It's just like that. Snap of a fingers, 5 kills, 0 for Astralis.
That's the second time we've seen a play like that this week, but on a different map in a different situation.
I don't understand this kind of walkthrough. Like, this is one of the most common choke points in terms of CTs looking at the Ts.
Yeah.
Whether you're in bathroom, connector, short, doesn't matter. That's wild what Astralis just did.
Yeah, because you're right. I mean, you see that smoke every single round. The CT's often going to be playing some position around it. Quite strange. Oh, well, it costs them. The Astralis have to spend up everything. And Twanu will take down Device straight away. That's a 5 versus 4 for them. This is set up quite well for LDLC all of a sudden, just because of that last round. Astralis looking for control towards sewers as well as Monster Tunnel, seeing if they can get a pick back from the CTs. Let's see if there's discipline here from LDLC. Ooh, that was a bit risky, but he will survive. Mr. Logan.
I think Dupreeh was spotted by the jump peak on the sandbags, so nobody should show themselves to this angle. Speaking of angles, well, the first time we've seen that frag come from CET, in the A site even. Dupreeh having a look-see, but again, I'm fairly sure they know he is there with an AWP. 3 players remain from Astralis. Just when you thought it was safe to make a comeback. Creeping through the monster tunnel, but LDLC, they've got an inkling. They've got so many people alive, rotating a 4th man over, it seems. What are you going to do, Astralis? How do you break this open?
There's so much pressure on Dupreeh to make an opening happen with this AWP. You can see that ever since going down one player, he's been just trying so much to get these difficult kills, but discipline from LDLC not showing themselves, but Dupreeh still doing damage. 8 seconds to go as another kill comes through with the AWP. 3 quick kills, but the bomb needs to go down. 2 seconds, and no one's planting it. The round is over. And Dupreeh's just going to casually ace it out, but I mean, it's very bittersweet. Mostly bitter. 90% bitter, 10% sweet.
Orange peel. That's a nice ace from Dupreeh.
Yeah,
Lovely getting those sweeping shots, but no rounds. LDLC now 2 rounds away from victory, although, I mean, this is a crucial round. If Astralis lose this run, they pretty much lose. If, because they have no money. If LDLC lose this run, then their comeback is on, because LDLC will have no money either.
Normal teams would lose. Astralis, you know, might win.
And there it goes. 2 players down straight away in favor of Astralis as Alex holds behind the smoke to jump onto the barrels. Maybe a chance now as Alex goes for the repeat. Can't quite find the markers. Magix takes him down. There's 2 players coming in now for LDLC on the retake to see what they can do. The bomb planted by the pillar as Astralis fall back into decent post-plant positions. Twanu and Amanek been having a good game, but can they make this one work?
Very little utility to even retake this bomb site. I think they're going to try to save it. They're very low on money, out-positioned. Astralis is not budging an inch just yet. You can see one of them is running around. Dupreeh's going to try to outflank this Opera. They know that you want to distance yourself from that B-bomb site. Usually a lot of people go towards long A and stuff, so Dupreeh's going to try to cut that off. Astralis going to put another one on the board. 14 to 11.
Now it gets very interesting.
Here we go again.
AWP crucial save for Twanu. Does he go aggressive? Like hyper-aggressive towards playgrounds?
See, depends on the spawn.
He's been really good at getting the frags from A sites, but you don't want to start there, of course.
Let's see, which one's Tony on the map? 3. They're on top of each other. I can't tell. It doesn't look like he has the spawn to peek
Uwe Twanu.
stairs.
Uwe.
Yeah, he doesn't have the spawn to do it. Because obviously, if you have the verse spawn, you have a chance to peek at the same time as the T's hop out. But if you're way back here, the T's can launch nades before you can even have a chance to peek. So he doesn't have really a spawn to be somewhere super aggressive and fast. So like that's one of the cool things about opping is if you go to a choke point as fast as possible, then the T's have to deal with that because you have an off in the corner.
Crunch time for LDLC. Twanu makes his way towards the B bomb site, and there are a fair number of T's going in this direction. Will they be as aggressive towards Monster as he was, or his team were on the T side? Apparently they will be. Now, looking at the pillar itself, you'll see the shadow, but the flashbang is perfect. He's been seen as a flick, though. More grenades streaming in. There's another shot from Twanu, but only 1 kill. And now, Astralis are in position, LDLC, with not that much to lose at this point. They've bought around that AWP. Now, whose smoke is this? Is this a lurk smoke for the LDLC team, or is this a mistake for Astralis? Magisk in the water. Will he be ready for this? Alex starting to creep. 2 versus 3, can quickly change, looking for a second kill. Oh, CZ, device! Trades the kill, Amanek remains, 1 versus 2, absolutely doable.
Good 10 from Alex. Amanek, as he walks in, maybe he can do what Alex could not, get the double kill that's required to take the round. That's a beautiful peek from Glaive, then just sliding back into cover, making Amanek waste some bullets, and then finishing him off with the final peek. 12 rounds for Astralis as the money is well and truly broken, smashed to pieces, to little bits for LDLC, to smithereens.
Crumbs on the bottom of a bag of chips.
Disgusting.
You know those people out there that just take it and just eat it with little crumbs? It's like a pinch of dust.
Just salt. Mostly it's 90% salt.
Marvelous.
That boost, the triple boost. Unfortunately for Astralis, it looks like they're even going to that area. They're going to send almost everyone towards this A bomb site. Glaive flanking Amanek in the connector, meeting up with his own teammates. This prompts LDLC to all rotate towards the A bomb site. Astralis, though, taking it slow, trying to find information. You see device. He wants to know who's in A.
Easy kill. Ooh, Logan with some movement there, evading the spray of Device. Gets the kill, but not really all that much left to do now for LDLC, except to die.
Ooh. Glaive. Alex wants some kind of gun. Bring it to the next round.
McMeekin.
But can he do it? Glaive is dancing around him. He knows. He smells.
Well then, going down to the final rounds. And LDLC are on the bye once more. Lots of yellow in the round win row at the top. I forgot what row it was for a second. I was thinking, what's the other thing, not column? It's row.
Isn't it gold? I feel like it's gold.
It's piss yellow, bro.
Definitely. I hope your urine does not look like that, James.
It should be white, right?
Should be a
Because
bit-
of
should be-
clear.
Yeah.
Transparent.
How much? You're not drinking enough water, James.
Dehydrated.
1 round lead now for LDLC. We have been here before. Ooh, did the splits after dying. Don't recommend that. Omanek, can he move back? Touching the flames, falling back. Quick duel with Glaive, baiting, just keeping him, slowing him down for Magis to peek from connector.
Good move by Glaive. I like that.
Glaive limiting his own risk as he has the bomb as well. Now we've got Alex looking for information towards the A side. Endeavour Dudek may have a look towards long, but he'll want to get back towards B quickly because Logan's alone and 2 players are coming his direction. Oh,
Ooh.
it's not going to come fast enough. He can still shoot though. Can he transfer? No.
It's good damage though in Ziplets. A little more difficult to clutch this round with such low HP.
22 HP for him, but he has Magisk in tow in the monster tunnel. Alex is walking in that direction. Zipek's falling off in more ways than one. Magisk exposed to monster, moves up at the perfect time. He hasn't realized there's a flank coming in just yet, and that is going to be match point for LDLC. AK upgrades as well.
That was a really interesting round, just from the perspective that it looked very back and forth for a beginning. For a time, I was like, oh, you know, LDLC looked pretty good for this, and then Astralis can turn it around. But it is LDLC that have the last laugh in this one, and Astralis, it's so incredible that they go undefeated the entire season, and you would never have imagined that it would be LDLC to be the ones to take a map and threaten a 2-0 over Astralis. So that's pretty funny.
Because they're the real super team.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's they have the skill. They really do. It's just a question of the structure and the leading and how they can perform on land.
Applying it to high pressure situations.
Yes.
Look at this, Astralis. Getting a little wild, a little loud towards this party fountain area. Guys, push on us. We're all over here. Hamnick's desperately trying to duck behind this rock, but it almost pays off. He misses the shot. Now, just like that, Magic is taking my Aminic. 2 exchanges from Astralis.
Look at Alex's position. He is behind some of the forces. Now, Glaive may give his position away, not expecting someone to be up here. The bomb is slowly rotating as well. Did he get a sound cue? He needs more than 1 kill. There is Dupreeh. He hears the player flanking, surely. Oh, there is the bomb. There's 2nd kill. Massive from Alex. And if he could even get a 3rd, he'll ring the bell at the very least. Device with 12 HP now. Time is on the clock. Down to a 2 versus 2. Obviously, Astralis have to be successful. That will certainly help. A reset here would certainly, well, surely send us to overtime. Endeavour Dudek loses his duel. And now there's trouble for LDLC.
I've never seen Astralis being flanked by so much in like 1 or 2 maps than what Alex is doing to them.
Yeah.
He's been flanking them so much,
Loves
so
it.
often.
Why doesn't he have a silenced M4? That's what I want to know.
He's even more sneakier than what he is right now.
Oh, Ninja.
Ooh.
Would it be this round? Would it be would this one be the way that they close it out? Because there are a lot of players going towards B, and there are 4 towards B here for LDLC with these CZs. They have smokes as well, 5 smokes, flashbangs to work off of as well. UMP on Amanek. There's a real chance here for them, depending on how well Astralis can attack the site, and that's a great start with the HEs. But here comes Astralis looking to contest against the CZs. Oh, another chance.
Still dangerous. Still dangerous. 3rd man rotating in, looking over the smokes. Alex looking for something. There's something. Time to reload. 2 players at the back. Astralis no strangers to those positions. Just holding for the time being. LDLC may feel pressure to continue to pursue and advance. More flashes. Magisk with a great angle. They're lining up for him. And that might just be the round right there. Twanu gets a 1 versus 1 if he can find the right one. But he can't find a kill. And we head to overtime.
Crazy. It's there's nothing quite like the paralyzing fear of being in a 3v3 against CZs. You know, it's just, you just feel like there's just something about that. And the overtime that perhaps Astralis felt like they should have had on the first map, they get on Overpass. Crazy. I mean, what I was thinking for LDLC on Dusty, I'm like, oh, well, it's Dust 2, you know,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That kind of makes sense that they could perform so well. But Overpass is a highly technical map, and Astralis have, for the longest time, been one of the very, very best, maybe consistently like top 2 in the world on it for a very long time. So we will have a quick toilet break here whilst the players will
Well, we won't have a toilet break, but they
alleviate themselves.
We're going to be here.
will. We're staying right here.
We're not going anywhere.
Thank you,
So-
Dan, though. Wishful thinking.
So it's a technical pause for that reason.
Let's see the scores on the doors. 24 kills for Armanek, 28 for Alex. 32 for Magisk, leading the charge at present. Again, everybody's turning up. But now, who has the advantage? Plenty of T rounds won, obviously, for the catch-up. So maybe it's Astralis.
I think with LDLC getting, instantly $10,000, looks like they're already throwing out the double ALP setup.
Nice.
I think LDLC might have the advantage in terms of, I think the CTs will have advantage in OTs in terms of just being able to right away go into double ALP setup if need to be. Obviously, it's riskier because of how much little money you're going to get after it. I think this gives it the slight edge. Even though it's been pretty T-sided halves for both sides in regulation.
And we have seen quite the aggression from Astralis on their T-side defaults. They spread out quite a lot, and for example, we see Device running around by himself, just knocking off heads, and this was one of the ways that Astralis were getting momentum on that T-side. So I agree. I think LDLC will likely have a pretty strong half here. I would expect like a 2-1 maybe. It really depends on the style of play Astralis will go for. You can see that Astralis were starting to favor some of those faster rushes towards B, and it was consistently doing some solid damage. So some data in regulation there to be carried across to the overtime. It always gets a bit weird though when you do get into overtime, because it feels like you've played out this natural course of the match, and there's this flow to the decision making from a leading perspective that when you play, like right at the start, you try something. Okay, that sets the tone, and now their money, and like everything's very predictable for a while, and it slowly gets more and more convoluted. When you get into overtime, it's like a maximum just complication.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets so strange sometimes.
Trying to anti-strat the anti-strat, and people doing
Ooh.
random stuff.
Wow,
There you
This
go,
is
triple up.
wild.
on a 10k MR3 situation, you just don't really see this.
They're all in.
They are very all in.
Liquidated their houses, putting everything on red.
This is so cool. This is some personality, isn't it?
You just don't see this in overtime, especially. Not even in Oceania.
I like the cut of their jib. They got some gall. They got some balls.
You have to have some. If you want to be the best, if you want to beat the best,
Yeah.
you got to do your thing. Be yourself.
You got to buy triple ops and absolutely ruin your economy because if they lose this round,
Yikes.
it's one of those situations where it's like you can agree to do it. Just don't think about what happens if it goes wrong. Just you'll figure that out later.
Maybe next time it'll work. Who knows? Maybe you fix one mistake. Maybe it's one little thing.
Well, let's have a look then. That's the smoke that Device throws as well. Gives yourself a gap to play with. Different fashion in the underarm throw from Armanek, but the same idea. Device passing by. Did he see 20? I think he may have.
Oh.
Hard to tell sometimes with the X-ray. Ooh,
Nice.
in the dome, Magisk just takes one on the noggin. Device continues to advance his position, but if he continues to walk, surely it's a free kill for Twanu. Indeed it is. The smoke will actually help him escape. Bad timing for Astralis. The 3 AWP so far so good for LDLC.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And this is exactly what we were talking about. Sort of in the defaults, Astralis are quite spread out so far in this game. And the Ops are a really good response to that. We see like 2 1v1s where they, you just need that one shot and boom, you get the advantage. Dupreeh's now spotted. We've seen Dupreeh go for these peaks quite often in regulation as well. How did Astralis do this? They are very spread out. The bomb is down. There's 50 seconds left. Glaive is going to go back to collect the bomb. So presumably, you'd imagine they'd probably try to work into the B bomb site, but there's simply no good option here.
Yeah, it's very interesting from LDLC because, they're not a known opponent really, and so they probably don't expect who's the main opper, like who always ops, who double ops. You play against a team like FaZe, it's going to be Nico and Guardian. Gives you a little, anticipation of what's to come. These guys are just, who knows?
Yes, there eventually, but now he's fully exposed himself. But 20 seconds left. Well, he will hold his position. I don't think you even want to drop one AWP in a round such as this. And Dupreeh does not have the bomb, so I suppose he's hiding in plain sight. And LDLC will win by wipeout elimination. 4th AWP if they wanted it, but they will settle for 3.
That shot around the toilets looked like, but this one, like a body shot. That looks like a complete body shot. How is that a leg?
The server must have registered it as maybe through the wall. Unless he was moving while he took the shot and it still hit him in the leg, as opposed to missing completely. That is the other option.
It's crazy that Astralis gave Dupreeh the op instead of Device that round. Or Device, or Dupreeh bought Device.
Alex took a lot of damage to get to this position. Next bullet wins. Got to move away from the flashbang, and he gets 2 kills, of course, because why not? Spots the bomb, so much information. Logan is here as well. He took some damage through the panel and will choose to fall back. Maybe a wise idea. Astralis smart to the possibility of a second player in that position. A double nades from LDLC and Devices on 5 HP. Not a good start for Astralis.
It's not fair, is it, really? It's just, come on, man. Oh, no. Astralis is getting just absolutely wrecked here. The triple orbs, and also LDLC seem to be reading Astralis pretty well, and that move from Alex is just so characteristic of what we've seen from him. Just he wants to take space, and he reliably is able to do damage and find a way to make it work. Glaive gets a pick there, but now he's been spotted, and he's going to try to get another 1v1, but Amina has the AWP. Very favorable, picks it up. 2 rounds here for LDLC. Have we seen a bomb plot from Astralis? Doesn't seem to matter, because they do have enough money, it seems like, mostly.
Mostly, except for Dupreeh with that first round AWP will force him into MP5.
The greatest weapon, that is the MP5, definitely not any worse than the MP7.
James has other opinions on that. It's a far superior gun.
Here is the charge from Astralis, streaming onto the B bomb site. Change of pace, but Logan is flicking for days. I thought he hit that one as well. Maybe he also did, but he didn't. Flashbang, maybe smoke from Magis. Does he know a lineup for this? I guess he could bounce it off the right-hand side. Left open for the time being versus 2 AWPs. Don't think that's wise. Oh, he's got no smoke. I am an idiot. The HE onto the balcony. There's another one for Device as well, but he might not be in position to throw it. Looks like we might see a boost, or is Tiny just going for a pop flash? Some grenades bouncing around. Trade. 2 AWPs continue now. Devices around the pillar. The bomb is ticking. Does he go for a smoke diffuse maybe? Device has left the building. Will he go back through Monster? Smoke is deployed on the bomb. Can he find the right angle? Looks like he can. And that'll be a much needed round for Astralis.
That's the headshot he's going to get. Aim at his toes, running full speed, hit the headshot. Okay.
Very interesting. So it was a 2-1 after all from LDLC. The AWP shake-up worked just perfectly against the the style that Astralis was playing, and when they've really go for that hard adjustment into that last round with a worse buy, it works out. But now LDLC onto that T side.
What?
Can they close it down?
Are they watching the replay as we're playing? Now they have 3 ops.
And
Nice.
I think as LDLC must have expected it with 2 ops on their T side. This is
amazing.
wild, isn't it? What an overtime. Twanu tagged, presumably through the wall. Maybe it was his toe, I don't know. LDLC have a take of the connected position. The HE usage is seemingly increasing as well. And now there's a double peek, and there will be a trade. This is madness.
It is crazy. Okay, so 120, and it's a 4v4 with four orbs still going strong. Zipex going into forward position there. The player set up on the long position. This might be a stroke of genius. There's lots of jumping and running that he's going to be able to hear. He's calling it out for Device, and Device is going to be easily taking down 20, just jumping into his reticle. And the flick's connected as well. That should surely be the end of this round. A 4 versus 2. No ground gain. Someone needs to make a play. It's just Alex left now. A Device is just tearing him up. The AWP. He'll finally get taken out, but the bomb is well and truly lost. And they know exactly where Alex is.
42 seconds. He can't hang around too long. Does he aim to win by elimination? I'm guessing so. That's a close one. Running out of bullets as well. Also running out of HP. One of these teams has to win the next 2 rounds. Otherwise, we go to a second overtime.
Bish. Bash. Bosh.
Making it look way too easy.
All right then. Round 35 of 36 at this point. Molly will not be run through from Astralis, like Alex did in the first half of overtime. A smoke, so the exchanges will be more difficult. Alex looking for an entry very early. No player on the barrels. Does he hit a jumping from Glaive though? Ooh, that's surely going to spread. That will be costly. Alex likes himself some Molotovs in short B. HEs to follow up. Not your usual boost, but will it bear any fruit?
One thing that's interesting is that after they lost that last round LDLC, you expect them to try to counter the triple orbs. So you expect maybe a fast set piece onto the B bomb side, but they get 2 orbs and they're still making it work. Alex takes down Magisk, one part of the boost. Glaive survives, but with 22 HP, not in good shape. A 5 versus 3, and now LDLC can rally. They can use the numbers, but going for the peak, 20 will take down Device, and it's all falling apart. And only 1 round has been won by Astralis. They bought 3 AWPs. If they lose this round, their economy is ruined.
20 in all the right places, just waiting for the information seeking of Astralis. And we head to a match point for LDLC. Another one.
They have to hunt these guns. They have to just kill both guns. They can lose every weapon they have to do that, and it would be fine.
Well,
Doesn't look like they're going to do it, though. LDLC playing really, really safe. It's going to fall back together towards the long A tree area, looks like. Alex is sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. Astralis, though, they do save an AWP and AK, so they'd be able to drop at least 2 guns, maybe even 3 guns. Like Zipnix can drop 2 guns by himself, so not too bad. Let's pre-buys before even considering that. You can drop AWP. Like that.
So this is it. LDLC, can they get the 2-0, or will we see another overtime? Will Astralis find the equalizer? There's that smoke James was talking about, Device throwing all the time. And looking to peek with it. And I do imagine that they know that he is there. Glaive with the sewers push. Finds himself a nice, easy first one.
time for Device to back off. How curious will Dupreeh get, rather? It wasn't an elevated position, but still in a strong position because he's further away from the corner and some reasonable cover to boot. 4v4 Astralis move away from short B as Alex moves in. We will be aggressive again, looking for these picks from this position. So much noise, free kill, and he just falls back, just gets out of there, not overextending, not outstaying his welcome. Well, resetting the position, but Glaive seems to have a read on it. Somehow misses the shot entirely.
Oh
Alex
my god.
Blind, but still being a nuisance. 16 HP now for him. But they haven't seen a bomb. All they've seen is Alex towards B bomb site. Now Device sees a player aggressive towards A. Where are LDLC headed?
Yeah, it's become quite a weird situation. with all the jumping around Alex was doing. 3v3 indeed, as the rush up long is happening, and Alex, you know, trying to go for the lurk towards that B-bomb side. When does he push, though? You may want him to catch the players from B as they're rotating, or you may want him to try to delay them from rotating. Those are the two options. Nade thrown. It looks like they know about it now, so Alex has to peek out to try to get some kills as they rotate out, but he'll go down to Glaive, and it's just up to Twanu here against 3 to prevent the second overtime between these two teams as he moves forwards, looking for the flick. Doesn't even get time to scope it up. 18-18, and Astralis secure themselves overtime too. Always fighting from behind, though.
Yeah.
Alex again that round, finding these opening picks. He's just walking sandbag, short B, long B. He's always finding a kill, and Astralis is never looking at him. That's the most impressive part. He somehow walks in when no one's looking at him. That's
5
pretty
AWPs again? No, 4 LDLC. Maybe thinking that Astralis wouldn't go back to the well, but they have. 3 sniper rifles for Astralis. Very, very all in on their CT side for the first round of overtime number 2. Device waits the flash, avoids the flash, 180s, but nobody's home. Magic looking short B again. A fast pick push from him, and in fact the shooting from Armanek may cover his footsteps, but Alex, of course, is always a thorn in the side, and the bomb has been re-secured for LDLC.
You're just standing in the smoke.
Devin Dupreeh. How's he got this far?
Yeah, he's been here for ages. Very interesting stuff. And 3 AWPs for Astralis is just very weird, isn't it? Zipex now is going to go down as the trade comes out from one of the AWPs there. Dupreeh looking to work that AWP even more. Has to put it to good use here on the B-bomb side. Slow these T's down, goes for the quick scope. Doesn't quite land the shots, trying to make it work. And he's going to actually find another one. Glaive in there, though. Not Dupreeh. The 2 AWPs trying to hold this down. No utility for LDLC. That makes it really awkward. Give us some time, though.
Maybe giving the illusion that LDLC might fall back to A. This might pull Dupreeh up to heaven to kind of over-rotate. LDLC just hiding.
Only 2 bullets left for Glaive.
Dupreeh is falling for it.
There we go from the high ground. Twanu scoped in. Surely he will be heard. 12 seconds. At this point, you just got to stop the bomb from going down. 4 HP for Twanu. And there is the first round for Astralis.
Oh, that's a huge mistake. He hit AWP. That's expensive.
You hate to see it.
But actually, great job also by Glaive for staying alive for so long in that pit area. He didn't overcommit.
Oh
He
my
hit the
goodness.
ledge.
He's too far on the left.
Oh man, he hit the lip on the... That's so... Oh dear. Deary, deary, dear. 3 AWPs again though. This is a thing. It's a thing. Official thing.
On Facebook.
I think answering back though. And you do wonder though, why we're not seeing LDLC really try to abuse it and just go for, a huge set piece, really abuse smokes and flashes, get close. That's a strong kill. Zipex has not had the best overpass. Only person really lagging behind so far when it comes to getting some of the frags. But this round will be a good one from him. Very quiet all of a sudden, and the bomb needs to be picked up. We'll see Twanu going and getting it. And now he'll take it towards B. Oh dear, Device doing a great job. Devaduvek has been sent back to the bench. Armanek tries to get the opener, he can't do it. They're being denied at every turn. The bomb is still on the ground towards T-spawn. Oh, this is so hopeless, isn't it? There's your obelisk, James.
Indeed, there is my obelisk. Overpass obelisk. A smoke to maybe create bedlam to contain Astralis mostly towards B. But Logan's got to do work. I don't know that he can really wait for the rotation of his teammate, because that's precious seconds which are falling away. And now I do wonder if they're even going for it. Well, now they're on the way. The rotation will be quick from Astralis. And 12 seconds to plant the bomb. Good luck to you, sir. Twanu will do it. Logan will hold. Some poking, some prodding, some teasing. They've got a bomb down, 2 versus 4. But there's the flank from Magisk, and that's a wrap.
Looking really good for Astralis now, isn't it? It seems like LDLC are struggling on this T side.
Lost some of the gas, you know, momentum.
Yeah. They need to hit that nitrous button.
How many timeouts do you get in OT? Is it still 2? Is it 2?
I don't know.
Yes, it is. Overtime 2.
I think LDLC at least has one more timeout. I think they used one already in OT, so should maybe try to use it, slow it down, because they've been pretty good on their timeouts and using it a lot, even on Dust 2. So I've been really liking that.
Ooh. A balaclava spotted. Just the one, but there are 3 on long. 2 LDLC players around connector, moving up the stairs. Device with 2 jobs to do, as you can see. He's juggling 2 jobs. Great repositioning, so there's no trade frag. Device with a AWP kill as well. And these sniper rifles have been dominant in this part of overtime. Now we've got 4 snipers on 6 players. Smokes and flashes. Twanu looking for another misplaced Astralis player. Dupreeh starting to flank, scoped in, they won't hear it. Tipex keeping an eye on Monster Tunnel from Short B in the meantime, and down goes Armanek, leaving Twanu alone to try and stave off match points. It will be 3 from 3 here for Astralis. Tagged, running away. He has the bomb, but this is too many sound cues, and he will go straight into the loving arms of Dupreeh. Bear hug from him. Twanu will suffocate.
Astralis just picking apart LDLC in that second part of OT. LDLC, yeah, talking about timeouts, I'd like to have them call a timeout and kind of talk about what to do against the 3-op setup. Because the entire T-Hap seemed like they're still doing defaults, getting picked off one by one here and there with AWPs, always putting themselves at disadvantage.
What is going on?
So I was thinking, you know, maybe more of an explosion kind of strat where maybe it's a 5 people one area. You know, if they have 3 ops, it's going to be really hard for them to maneuver through walls of smokes and flashes, and people are rushing you down like that.
4 Molotovs down at once, as both teams try to slow each other down. And Suez goes to Zipex. He's got the Suez.
Such a sexy nade by him.
Yeah.
I gotta learn that one.
FaZe has been doing that later on in rounds. Carrigan and Olofmeister do double grenades from that position. Nice and early. Takes 50% away. Logan with a nice bag support from Alex, who will trade the kills. And again, there are 3 match points here for Astralis. They are a man down at the moment, but the bomb has not been spotted that I'm aware of. It's on Glaive. He's moving up the long position. Magisk around the toilets. So this is still doable. We see Armanek is in position to do something about this, holding a gap shot. Surely he can't flick into that tiny gap. What is Magisk waiting for?
Getting the smoke distract Armanek. Look towards that long. This is just a ruse. He's falling back through the short bathrooms.
I think Armanek's heard this though, because the rotation's gone straight back to the B bomb site for Alex and Twanu. But that's a really nice flick from Armanek. Maybe he would have hit that gap shot. Glaive now alone with the bomb. LDLC not quite sure what is going on. Glaive has to find this frag. Oh, he's missed his chance. Now how does he plant the bomb? No second opportunity for him. There is the first of 3 rounds that LDLC have to win.
I wonder if we'll see something funky from Astralis. Just because, why not? You have a bunch of rounds to play with. Well, not a bunch, I suppose, but you got some rounds to play with. Mix it up. We're going to see 5 rifles, so that is in of itself somewhat of a mix-up. They didn't really have the economy, I suppose, for anything much else. And now they need a bomb plant. If they want to actually buy on that 3rd round, they need a bomb plant in this one, and that's a fantastic pickup. Taking out the one of the entry fraggers, Dupreeh, aggressively. A great player to open up space on the map, and he's not able to even participate in this round.
Oh dear.
Teammates right there.
Crucial shot to land.
Get out of here.
Ooh. Close one. Panic from Tuanu eventually gets taken out. Devin Dudek very quickly afterwards as well. Maybe trying to save his teammate. That might cost them the match. 3 versus 4 in favor of Astralis as Glaive focuses on the short position. He is carrying the bomb as well, so that should mean rotation, but they're not rotating just yet. Armanex team stuck on the A bomb site for now, leaving Alex in a 1 versus 3. I trust Alex. One was in the red already, all 3 are tagged, but the AWP remains, so that might not matter. Armanex to keep his team in this game.
Ooh. Oh, the smoke is going away though. That's something. Oh, you can probably get a wallbang there. Doesn't matter, he does find the connection. Dropping down to 28 points of health. If they both peek him at the same time, he is surely done for, and there it is. Glaive takes him out. A very hard-fought match with LDLC almost taking a 2-0 against Astralis. No matter what, I think we can definitely say for sure that LDLC played a hell of a game. They showed us that they are very serious about Counter-Strike, and we may be seeing some really cool games from them in the future.
Yeah. You talk. No, I was looking at you. Go ahead.
That was no, you talk. That was really great from LDLC again. I think, especially with the first map, looking at the crazy clutch we saw from ZipX and the 16-0 story on. It's very easy to focus on Astralis, but we'll see soon enough. Taking 1 win away from this is something that no one else has been able to do versus Astralis this entire season. So maybe that is a good indicator of what LDLC may be able to end up with towards the end of their season. It has come to a close for Astralis, 17 for 1. We will see them reigning at the top, but well, will LDLC be now 8 games played for them? That's half their games still to go. So much potential for this team, I think.
A lot of potential indeed, and you're gonna have to look back at this. You almost beat Astralis for the 2nd time. You just gotta look at the little things. What can you improve on here and there in the rounds? Astralis had to do something kind of insane to beat LDLC. They did 3 ops, almost the entire CT side. And I think LDLC is probably gonna watch us and learn, hey, what can we do next time, just in case someone tries to do this to us, and maybe even, figure it out next time.
Into the 4,000 damage mark. Of course, over time we'll do that. 41 kills for Magisk, having a great day of Counter-Strike. Well, great match at least. Alex, though, did definitely have a great day. 37 kills for him. And we can see the implications for this on the table. 17 for 1. I think 1 loss is the strongest we've seen. I think maybe SK had a run with 1 loss as well. So it won't be a clean sheet for Astralis after all. Thwarted at the post by LDLC, who are 3 for 5. I thought their scoreline was better than that. So just the 3 wins for them. If they can get more, though, I mean, taking 1 win again from Astralis is more than you would expect. I think it's reasonable to say. So half their games to play. How far up the table they can go? Can they go? We'll find out in the future days. That is Europe out of the way. That double overtime has put us very behind schedule. So we'll quickly go to a break. When we are back, North America, more Renegades games coming your way. First of all, against Team Liquid. See you back here shortly.